Alright, quick iPhone update for everybody. Nice walk around babble video here. Been busy and also had a bunch of issues with this thing, as I do not do drive-by-wire electronic throttle body stuff a lot. And I have only done one E38, and that was that I tuned a Corvette, 07 Corvette with a blower, and that went extremely well. I was blown away by how well that went. I'm gonna crawl under here in a minute. Anyway, I had some struggles with this thing, and I consulted a bunch of my friends who do tuning, and we all went back and forth quite a bit, and I think I found it out today what was the issue. So from here on out, I'll be able to get this thing going and do some tuning. And tomorrow we're gonna do the fuel pumping gears. We're gonna pull the bed off at my buddy's house. He has the fucking I-beam gantry crane, crazy shit. Him and I are gonna just lift the bed off by the posts and we should be good. Yank that thing and do the gears and the pump in the same time, and it seems like I probably won't run out of fuel pump, but 100,000 miles on this pump, that is 92 or whatever on the truck. Might as well do the fuel pump. If we ever lean on it, the fuel pump's done. Like if the transmission goes and we put a big ass turbo on it, we can make 600 without messing with the fuel pump again. And everyone, it's funny, everyone was freaking out about this battery but me. I don't really care. They were worried the wastegate's gonna melt the battery. So I took a transmission heat shield and bent it around the wastegate and everything and just shoved it in there next to the battery. So that's protecting my battery now. I can still move the battery, you know, not really that big of a deal. The turbo is doing good, the oil feed and everything is doing good. This truck is still dry. Look at this, everything's dry. It's amazing. I shouldn't say it out loud, but this thing doesn't leak a drop. It's been doing good. I had a crisis basically with, I could not get this car to idle without the mass air meter. And you can see like what I was doing here is I was resorting to plugging in the meter into the inlet of the turbo just so it would see a couple pounds per minute and idle. And I was like, man, this sucks, because here's my alternative, is welding in an LS7. I bought this as an emergency. No matter what, you can just make the car run on mass air meter. But this is a 2.5 inch pipe, it doesn't fit in here. So I'd have to redo all of this to at least 3 inch, get a different coupler, do more welding and everything. And it's like, what the hell, man, everything's here. Can't I just make it work? And honestly, for like the last 5 days, on and off, taking my time and messing with this thing, I have not been able to figure it out. And I gotta let it cool off. I mean, it's pretty cool now. Yep, it's very cool. It's not overnight cool though, it's still warm. But I wanna see what it does on a cold idle. And also we can show, everyone was worried about this bitch cracking off and falling off in an intersection. It has not done that yet, so. And I guess what I will do is, just for fun, what it would do, see, I would fire this thing and you would have to help it. There's videos of it idling. Sure, I put up that video of it idling, but I had to help it to that point. And then it was cooperating then, but most of the time this thing would want to idle at about 400 and stall or not start when it was cold, or just generally carry on. And that's not what you want to do in a car you want to drive every day, or a truck anyway. So now you can at least, it goes, it's not perfect, obviously, but it's pretty damn good. You can bump it into reverse and it doesn't go to fucking 300 RPM. Needs a little tiny bit of work, but it's sounding great. Oh yeah, chop chop. So that's awesome. Now it's running on completely speed density, because before I was cheating and using the meter to idle it and everything else and just having issues. Damn, that turbo is still spinning. She's broken in nice. Anyway, now hopefully we get the gears and the pump in, and by the weekend we are making some boost and some power numbers. And obviously we're going to approach this conservatively because it has a 4L60E in it. The goal is really only 400 tire. I mean, that turbo will probably easily do 500 tire, but just make 400, see what it takes to make 400, If we can do that on 10 pounds or 11 pounds of boost and a very relaxed ignition curve, that would be awesome. Part of me even wanted to tune this thing on 5 pounds of boost on 87 just to fucking try it, and I still may do that for fun, depending on how much power it makes on 5 or 10 and seeing how everything works out. You know, there's a lot of ifs because I haven't really done this combination before, but it should be tons of fun, and very shortly we will be doing some updates. I'm going to take my GoPro for when we do the gears and the pump, and I will do some time lapse of us like lifting the bed off and being total idiots. And on top of that, I'll do some video showing how I swap the pump out, all that fun stuff. So we're going to get that done tomorrow, the fuel pump and the gears, and then hopefully tuning by this weekend. But there's a quick 6-minute how I'm doing and why I've been taking so long to make an update, because I've been pulling my hair out with ECU tuning issues.